with so much going on in the world today, especially in this country, there is a great deal of speculation concerning what is going to happen next. And people are asking themselves, am I ready for it? There are many believers who think that we are in the last days, which means that Jesus is on his way back. I mean, when you think about it, look at it. Worldwide pandemic, global economic stress, climate distress, large-scale social unrest. It does make you think. But I would say, as I've often heard sometimes people say in TV shows and movies, not so fast. In the first century, there were believers who thought that Jesus, the second coming of Jesus, had already taken place. And so the Apostle Paul writes them in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 1 through 4, and he said this to them. He said, now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not so soon shaken in mind or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter as from us, which meant there were people who were writing letters, and signing Paul's name to it and making it seem as though the letter came from Paul. He went on to say, as that day of Christ is at hand. He said, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, listen closely, that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and the man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. He's talking there about the Antichrist. He said, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God, listen to us closely, sitteth in the temple, showing himself that he is God. So he's saying one of the ways that you will recognize whether the end time has come not is that the Antichrist is going to go into the temple. Well, in order for him to go into the temple, there has to be a temple. And the temple over in Jerusalem has not been rebuilt yet. As a matter of fact, on the site where the temple was is still that Muslim mosque. So none of the things that Paul talked about have taken place yet. But considering all that is going on, I believe then that our focus should not be so much on the time of Christ's return as much as our readiness for his return. I'm not as concerned about when he comes back as I am about being ready whenever he decides to come back. There was a popular Christian movie in the 1970s that was entitled A Thief in the Night. The movie was about the second coming of Jesus Christ. And the theme song of the movie said this: there's no time to change your mind. The Son has come and you've been left behind. I hope we'll all be ready. That, I believe, is what should be next on our agenda, making sure that we are ready.